I'm glad you're joining me for today's devotion. As you can see, I'm on my back deck in my backyard, and I want to talk to you about something interesting I noticed a few years ago about two of the plants that I have in the backyard. We moved in 2003, so we've been here for about 17 years. And that very first summer, we planted some landscaping in the back and a number of different plants, but two of them are identical. We bought them from the same nursery. We bought them, they were the same size. We planted them basically in the same place, so they got fairly the same amount of sunlight, the same amount of rain as it came down the hill. I watered them the same. So basically, I didn't do anything different to these plants. But I want you to see how different they look. So I'm gonna grab the camera here and show you these plants. The first one is right here. And you can see it's in pretty good shape. It's all green. It's grown pretty well. But let me take you over here to this second one. And this second one here, as you can see, I'm standing about the same distance from it as I was the first one, and it fills up the entire screen. So again, here's the first plant, and here's the second plant. So this second plant is over twice the size. It's really grown and come in full. I'm going to take us back over here and put the camera back down. But I was interested in what would cause this. I mean, considering I planted them the same, they were the same size, and they pretty much got the same treatment. So I called Rome and asked them about it. And first thing he said is, well, disease sometimes takes over a plant and it can stun its growth, but they've been healthy and we didn't think that was the case. He then asked me something kind of interesting. He said, at night, do you have any lights around the bigger plant? And I did. For about 10 years, I had solar lights out in the backyard. And two of the solar lights were right directly on that bigger plant. And there wasn't a light at all at night on this other one. And he said, even though it's not a lot of light, it's not a lot of heat that comes from it, it's enough to make a difference where over, 5-10 years, that plant's really going to grow. And I thought that was amazing, that something like that just that little difference would over a certain amount of time would really make the plants look so much different. And that's the same thing with Christ's light. Christ is the light of the world, and when we're in that light, it makes such a difference to us. So I want to read a Bible verse to you. It's John 1:4-8, and 4 and 5 say, "In him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." And of course, he's talking about Christ there. And it's the same for us. Just like these plants, one of the plants had the light on it, was living in the heat and the warmth of that light on a regular basis, and it grew so much fuller, it matured so much quicker. And that's the same with us. When we're reading our Bible, when we're having a relationship with Christ, when that light is on us on a regular basis, it helps us to mature and become deeper Christians. So I want to read the second part of this, which is John 1:6-8. And this is talking about John the Baptist. "There was a man sent from God whose name was John. He came as a witness to testify concerning the light, so that through him all might believe. He himself was not the light. He came only as a witness to the light." And I really think that's the second part of what we need to do as Christians. Not only develop that relationship with Christ and live our lives in that light, but also pass that light on to others. Let it shine through us by example, but also to tell people, to be vocal about that. And sometimes that's something that we kind of think, oh, maybe that's someone else's job, or that's the staff at church's job, or that's the pastor, or whatever the case may be. But really, it's so important to reach out to others, to not only show them the light through your actions, but to vocalize it and let them know how it's changed your life. You can do that with an easy personal testimony of 60 to 90 seconds. So live your life in the light. Just like these plants, you'll mature much quicker. Have a great week, guys.